So I was washing my car and I used this can right here, and I made about 2 trips and pour the water where the fire was at, and it just went up real quick against the wall.
Intense moments this afternoon as neighbors saved an elderly man from his burning home. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first on Fox tonight, we are live on the scene of a major rollover accident, and that scene stretches along Northwest Loop 410 and Vance Jackson. That's where we're getting reports that an 18-wheeler has overturned, and David Coltabiano was first on the scene and joins us live with the latest. David.
Darian, I'm about half a mile away from the Vance Jackson Road exit. As you can see directly behind me, traffic is just bumper to bumper. For the past hour, they've been sitting in this traffic wondering what's going on. Well, we do have new information about that crash. We also have a photographer at the scene closer to that crash. I was unfortunately not able to get there in time, but let's show you that video from our other crew on scene. Now, we know from a San Antonio Fire Department, a sedan was speeding through the traffic in the right-hand lane and cut across multiple lanes of traffic, hit an 18-wheeler, as you can see on the right-hand side, causing that 18-wheeler to lose control and flip. Now, according to witnesses, the tanker then briefly caught fire, and then it had gone out before police and fire arrived. The fuel spill has been said to be contained at this moment, and let's take a look at our TransGuide traffic camera overlooking the traffic for Northwest 410. You can clearly see, guys, this is extending for miles and miles from that traffic, from the semi. From what we told you before, this has been about the past hour, and as you can see, traffic is still bumper to bumper. People have been sitting here for the past hour. Some people have gone even as so far as to go through the grassy knoll medians to the access road exit to get away from the traffic, to get away from this area. So of course, if you're thinking about leaving home, stay away from Northwest 410, heading towards Vance Jackson Road. The traffic here, guys, as you can see, directly behind me is just bumper to bumper. So we're still waiting to hear more information about that semi-truck and if anyone involved suffered any injuries or casualties. So we're still waiting to hear more information about that. We also asked fire officials and the police department when we could expect this mess to be cleaned up, and they said they don't have any timetable to know when this can be cleaned up so that traffic can start moving fluidly again on this Saturday night that we're having. So Darren, we're waiting to hear more about that. So until then, David Coltabiano, Fox News at 9.
All right, David, it could be a while, and we will check back with you. Meantime, a San Antonio business is left picking up the pieces after a U-Haul truck crashed into their building. Fox San Antonio's David Coltabiano working double duty. He has more on what that building looks like right now.
A U-Haul truck igniting in flames after it crashed into Mustang Enterprises on Laurel Street this afternoon.
There was smoke. The front end was burning.
Gerald Dubinsky is the father of the business owner. His son Steven is currently vacationing at Padre Island. And this afternoon, he couldn't believe his eyes when he saw a U-Haul truck lodged into his son's business.
But there was a more shock when I tried to come up here. There were about 15 fire trucks before I got here.
This is the aftermath of the crash. The building's wall and pillar of support completely knocked down.
Catastrophe. A real catastrophe.
And it could have been even worse. CPS Energy had to fix this gas line that was knocked over by the truck. The flames just feet away from the line. It could have put this business in ruins.
We'd have had a lot of fire, but there was enough fire people here to firemen to take care of it.
However, the freak accident is not enough to stall business operations for Mustang Enterprises. Dubinsky says business will be as usual starting on Monday. David Coltabiano, Fox News at 9.
And the driver told authorities the accelerator was stuck before he hit the business. Thankfully, no one was inside at the time of the crash. As far as the driver, his condition is still unknown tonight. And investigators are trying to figure out what started a fire on the southwest side. It happened around 12:30 at a home on Humboldt near Ferndale. Firefighters say at least 3 people lived inside the home but were able to get out safely thanks in part to the help of a neighbor. The home, however, may be a total loss.
Yeah, most likely it is. Of course, the most valuable thing was the man that was brought out.
No word yet on just how much damage was caused, but the fire did spread to the back of the home.
And a very warm day today. Look at 89 gorgeous degrees today. Started off at 64 degrees, but we do have some big changes in our forecast. We have a storm system out to the desert southwest. It'll be tracking right over Texas. That's going to send a cold front right into our area, and it is going to cool things down tomorrow morning. We're going to start off on the warm side, mid-60s, but by the afternoon, that cold front's going to come through. Northerly winds at 20 miles an hour, gusts to 30, and temperatures will be dropping. They'll be dropping to the 50s. Overnight lows into Monday morning will be in the 40s. Will it get any colder into spring break? I'll let you know coming up.
All right, thanks a lot, Robert. Well, at least one person is dead after overdosing at a Northwest Side apartment. It happened near Vance Jackson and Warsbog. Police say 3 people were found lying on the floor. A man was pronounced dead at the scene. A woman and another man were unresponsive and taken to the hospital. Police are still trying to figure out just what they overdosed on. And a man is recovering tonight after a dramatic fight. The 19-year-old was fighting with 2 other men on the sidewalk when they knocked him into the street. It happened near the intersection of North Zarzamora and West Salinas. The victim hit his head on the pavement and didn't get up. A pickup truck traveling south on Zarzamora ran over him. He is now at University Hospital. Well, it is that time of year again, spring break, and in Texas, that means a trip to South Padre Island for thousands of college students. Nearly 200 law enforcement officers will be on the island during spring break. Not only will they have body cameras and different types of surveillance, but drones will also be used to keep watch of crowds from a distance. And spring break amounts to some serious spending in San Antonio. Morgan's Wonderland expects to have nearly 1,500 people in their park every day during the break. Guests visits from as far away as Sweden to take in the attraction. Businesses across San Antonio are constantly looking for the next big thing to keep them ahead of the competition and keep customers coming through their doors.
We hear a lot of times from people, how about this, how about that? We're always looking for that feedback that helps us grow.
Area theme parks are offering advice for people visiting during spring break. They say call ahead. Some places will tell you the average wait times for your favorite attractions. Some may even let you handle most of your ticket buying on your phone. Across Texas tonight, the woman who drove drunk and killed a man and his unborn baby in Austin gets prison time and a whole lot more. 22-year-old Shanna Elliott got 10 years probation for intoxication assault and 7 years in prison for each intoxication manslaughter charge. The judge still has to decide if she'll serve that consecutively, meaning 14 years altogether, or concurrently. Customs agents in Brownsville say they were assaulted with bricks thrown from the Mexico side of the Rio Grande River. Agents say they intercepted a Jeep Cherokee that smugglers had floated across the river. They found several packages of marijuana inside. Investigators say the driver pushed the Jeep into the river and then ran off. Authorities believe the brick attack may have been a diversion. The drugs and vehicle were seized by Border Patrol.
We are going into the future.
We spring forward this weekend why adjusting the time is especially taxing for one business owner on the East Coast.
Plus,
Ready or not, self-driving cars could soon become the new normal, but not everyone's looking forward to it. Why some leading safety advocates believe the public will become crash test dummies.
and
How an Army veteran's quick action helped police save 2 girls.
The rough road trip continues for the Spurs, the Silver and Black, in Oklahoma City tonight. Could they get a big win over the Thunder? Plus madness in college basketball. Who punched their ticket to the big dance today? Highlight scores and much more later on Maximum Sports.
you're watching Fox News at 9.
Welcome back, everyone. It is time to spring forward. Daylight savings time begins at 2 a.m. Eastern, so don't forget to set your clocks ahead by 1 hour. Meantime, One Clock Shop in Maryland has more than 400 clocks. It means the shop owner has to spring forward 400 times. Owner Bob Capone has been bouncing time on these clocks twice a year for 31 years. He says the clock's accuracy is usually measured to the exact second. Right now, though, they are in the process of changing time.
We are going into the future. Advancing the hour hand is so much easier than going back 11 hours. Okay. You should always change it by turning the knob in the back as opposed to turning the hands themselves.
Experts say daylight savings time is a good time to check batteries in your home smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Have to remember to do that.
Yes,
Yeah, good
change
reminder.
that time. And we're lucky our cell phones do it automatically,
That's
right?
true, that's
Instead
true.
of doing all those. It's a lot of work. But otherwise, beautiful day today.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get outside and enjoy it, but hopefully you enjoyed it because we got some big changes on the way. But don't forget, change that clock forward. Daylight saving time officially 2 a.m. becomes 3 a.m. And look at this. At this hour, still very warm temperatures out there. We have some 80s on the map, some 70s near 80, but we have a cold front on the way. How cold will it get in the coming days? Let's talk about that after the break.
I have the audio with me here. Hold on, get a mic up. Hold on 1 second, I'm turning it on. It's on, so yeah. So we have that confirmed, no injuries, yeah? Yeah. All right, can you hear me? Northwest Loop 410 on Vance.
This is Fox News at 9.
Across the nation tonight, an Army veteran opened fire at a Northern California treatment center, killing 3 women and himself. Police say a veteran and former member of the program, Albert Wong, slipped into a meeting armed with a rifle. After exchanging gunfire with police, Wong allegedly held the program's director, Kristen Lober, and 2 other women hostage. After 8 hours, an FBI SWAT team stormed the room. They found him and his 3 hostages dead. Wong had recently come back from Afghanistan. A world of self-driving cars is right around the bend, but is the driving public ready? A Senate committee is working on legislation to allow automakers to test thousands of self-driving cars on roads across America. But some argue that framework should strike a balance between innovation and public safety. Leading safety advocates believe the public will become crash test dummies since the current Senate bill fails to set a federal minimum safety standard.
Where you have problems that stretch from cars blowing up, cars stalling, cars stopping, or, unfortunately with the situation with Takata airbags, safety devices exploding.
You want to make sure that this is 1,000% safe before it ever goes on the road, right? Like if I wouldn't put my kid in it, it shouldn't go out.
The Senate bill has hit a roadblock since not enough lawmakers are convinced that safety regulations will be passed by the time these cars hit the road. Military veterans will tell you they rarely forget their training, and that training came in handy for a Polish man who spotted another man choking a girl along a highway in Montana. 18-year-old John Gaskin is accused of kidnapping 2 sisters at knife point from Elizabethton, Kentucky. Shane Ruth didn't know that when he and his wife saw Gaskins and one of the teenage girls. He saw the suspect jump on top of the girl and started choking her.
And I ran around to the driver's side of the door, opened it. I got inside and started punching him, and then I pulled him out of the car. I really didn't have time to think. As soon as he started hurting her, I just wanted to get his focus off her and on me, and I just did what I thought I had to do.
Ruth held Gaskins until police arrived and arrested him. Police say the girl in the car is the suspect's ex-girlfriend. John Gaskins now faces several charges, including kidnapping.
Now, first warning weather with meteorologist Robert Luna.
And we had a very warm day today. Started off with some fog and some low clouds, but quickly warmed up by noon, 80 degrees, officially 89 degrees. And even at this hour, World Car Weather Cam with mostly clear skies, just some high clouds out there. And look at this temperature. Still at 78 degrees this hour, south winds 7 miles an hour, low dew point at 54. So not much in the way of moisture. So as the front comes through tomorrow, we're not going to see much in the way of rainfall. Cold front up near Amarillo. They'll be down near freezing by tomorrow morning. And that cold air is going to plunge southward as we go through the day tomorrow. But very warm across the state of Texas. Temperatures 15 to 20 degrees above normal. We're going to be watching the front as it comes down through the area, but through tonight, we'll still have some moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. Low clouds will form just after midnight, and maybe some drizzle developing as we go towards the morning hours. Here comes the front around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Front will be through the hill country, coming through the central part of our area, and then moving quickly southward. Winds behind it, 20 to 30 miles an hour. A cloudy day tomorrow. We'll have lots of clouds around, low clouds, and a few sprinkles possible, especially east of San Antonio, out towards the west. The higher fire dangers, humidity levels will be a lot lower. Things quickly clear as we go in towards Sunday night, Monday morning, and we're going to get some good radiational cooling, but the strong winds will continue from the north. How strong will those winds be? Well, a southerly wind will quickly give way to northerly winds near 20 miles an hour as we go through the day tomorrow. Some gusts up to 30 miles an hour possible as we go towards tomorrow afternoon, and those northerly winds continue into Sunday night into Monday. So officially our forecast tomorrow, some light rain and 62 possible in the morning, especially eastern areas. High tomorrow will occur around the noon hour, and then falling temperatures during the afternoon down to 67 degrees. Well, we're watching this storm system out towards the southwest, going to track right over Texas. Most of the rain will be up in North Texas. Front coming down, and that's going to be our big change. Well, upper level pattern also will tell us what's going to happen in our next 7 days. Low pressure moves off towards the east. High pressure develops by Monday right over Texas, and we're going to see clear, cool nights, mild afternoons. Temperature lows in the morning will be below normal. We'll be down near 40 degrees a couple of mornings, even 30s in the hill country. This ridge continues across us as we go towards Wednesday. And finally, this low pressure system out here towards the west will begin to bring the Gulf of Mexico moisture as we go towards late in the work week. So for now, we're watching the clouds. A lot of clouds expected here tomorrow with the front coming through around the mid-morning hours. That'll change our weather pattern. So don't expect any 90-degree temperatures tomorrow. Temperature highs tomorrow will stay around the 60, 70-degree mark and then dropping as we go through the afternoon. Don't forget to change that clock. High tomorrow, 70 degrees. Monday, 66 degrees. But look at these overnight lows down to near 40 degrees. I think Kerrville will be down to about 35 degrees. Those nice days continue into Wednesday. Moisture begins to come back on Wednesday and Thursday. Small chance of rain there on Thursday. But look, warm temperatures return. I think next Saturday we could hit 80, 85 degrees once again. So hopefully you enjoyed the nice weather today. Colder weather on the way.
All right, thanks a lot, Robert. Let's go back out now for an update on breaking news and David Coltabiano, who is live along Loop 410 in Vance Jackson, the scene where an 18-wheeler has overturned. David, anything new?
Darian, we're just told that investigators are looking for a third car that could have been involved in this crash. As you can see, northwest loop right off the Vance Jackson exit has been reduced to just one lane. Now tow truck drivers, fire engines, police are trying to clean up the scene. They're telling us this could take another 20 to 30 minutes. So there is good news if some people are trying to get out the door and get on with their night. 20 to 30 minutes they're expected to clean up the rest of this mess underway. But as you guys can see directly behind me, that tow truck, that semi is the one that was clipped by a sedan just after 8 o'clock. Police are saying that the sedan was speeding across multiple lanes, hit that semi, causing that 18-wheeler to flip on its side. So that's what all the traffic and all the fuss is about. Just this scene right over here, right off the Vance Jackson exit road, reduced down to just one lane. We're still looking for more information, but again, investigators believe there's a third vehicle that hit the semi that then fled the scene. So we're still looking to hear more. Darian, back to you.
Thanks a lot, David. Coming up, the truth is out there, but how long does it take to reach you on social media? Plus, Google and Disney are teaming up. How it could benefit you coming up.
This week on Full Measure, Hollywood hypocrisy. We dig into the ugly side of the entertainment industry after a flood of sexual assault allegations. Plus, is our military doing enough to stop sexual harassment in the workplace? A report raises serious concerns and a possible solution. And new signs that ISIS is seeking to establish a caliphate or independent state in the Philippines. We were there and take you to the new front on terror. Those stories and more this week on Full Measure.
This is San Antonio's Fox News at 9.
Welcome back. In your Fox Tech, Mickey Mouse is teaming up with the world's most popular search engine on a new Disney feature for children and their parents. The partnership will bring you a first-hand look at Disney World and Disneyland. You can check out Disney's 11 parks in the U.S., including Epcot, Disney Springs, California Adventures, even Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park, all through your Google Maps app. A new study says lies spread faster than truth. Research suggests fake news travels 6 times faster than the truth on social media. Scientists calculate the average false story takes about 10 hours to reach 1,500 Twitter users versus 60 hours for the truth to travel. Coming up in Max Sports, the Spurs are on the road against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Could they get back on the winning track? But next, March Madness begins for hundreds of school-aged children. Details when we come back.
You're watching Fox News at 9.
And Robert's back with a final look at weather.
Yes, the spring pollens are out, and we continue moderate category hackberry, oak, and mulberry. And tomorrow's going to be about 20 degrees colder tomorrow. Temperatures only up to 70 degrees, and those temperatures may be falling with a strong north wind.
All right, thanks a lot. And some special children had a chance to show off their sports skills today. More than 1,000 local students participated in the I Played tournament. They each got Final Four branded jerseys and will have the chance to play at the Final Four. I Play teams are competing for a chance to be awarded the Northwestern Mutual Cup. Win or lose, all I Play after-school athletes will get a free ticket to Final Four Fan Fest. And that will be a good time, right?
Yes, definitely. At the end of the month, it's approaching pretty quickly, about 3 weeks away. So
Get
a lot
ready.
of fun. A lot of fun, but the madness is already here, not just in college basketball, but the Spurs. Could they find any luck on the road against Oklahoma City and pull out a much-needed win? Plus, NCAA tournament bids on the line today in college basketball, championship games in the Big 12 and Big East today. We also see a few upsets on this Saturday, and golf season is in full swing. Tiger Woods staying in the hunt at the Valspar Championship. Highlights and much more on Maximum Sports.